Today I'm in Southlake Town Square and I'm going to share with you the top neighborhoods to live right here in Southlake. Southlake is just 10 minutes away from Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport, and what that means is you can hop on a plane and get to Cancun in just 2.5 hours. Hello, my name is Dana Pollard and I've lived in Texas since I was 4 years old, and I've traveled all over Texas to discover the best places to live. So if you're looking to buy a home in Texas, fill out my questionnaire below and we will get with you as soon as possible to help you narrow down where to live and help you find your dream home. By the way, guess what? I have something super exciting. We are starting moving to Texas tours. So listen, if you are coming to Texas and you want to get like a bus tour, we're starting with 2 and then we'll expand, so check back later. But we're starting in January with a Collin County tour to see like Frisco and Prosper and all those good cities. And then we also have a Fort Worth side tour. So click the link below, it'll go to the website and you can schedule your tour. Yay! Now listen, these neighborhoods are not in any particular order for several reasons. One being that criteria for each family can change from, whether it's budget or whether it's amenities or certain hot buttons that you have. And so just know that these are all great neighborhoods and can vary depending on what your criteria is for a home. So let's get started. Oh, and by the way, real quick, Southlake is known as a luxury city, and it's very difficult to find a home for $650,000 there anymore. So keep in mind when you're looking for the best neighborhoods, there's not really a bad neighborhood in Southlake. All the locals here say there's not a bad neighborhood in Southlake. It really is about your criteria, your hot buttons, and your budget, okay? All right, let's get going. The first neighborhood we are going to mention is probably the most known neighborhood in Southlake, and it's called Timron. Now, Timron has a country club and golf course in the neighborhood, as well as many amenities. We're here in Timron, where there are 1,500 homes ranging from $850,000 to $2.6 million and up to 1-acre lots. And the country club is just up the street. And when we say the millions, there are some gorgeous, gorgeous homes on the golf course, okay? It's a great, well-known neighborhood. Timron has 14 different sections in the neighborhood. 2 of them are gated, and many of them come along, with golf course views. It's actually the largest master plan community in all of Southlake. And they're all custom built homes, which I love. That's one thing I love about Southlake. Now, what I love about this neighborhood, it's the amenities of the neighborhood and the community of the neighborhood, because they host many community events and there's the country club there. It's just one of those communities that you're gonna meet your neighbors. They have 2 amenity centers with large pools to go with it, and of course the golf course, tennis courts, just so many things to do. You're going to see people running, jogging, exercising. It's just a great community neighborhood. We're in the villas section of Timron, and it's so cute with the trees. This is a great spot for retirement. Timron is one of those neighborhoods that, because it was built, in the 90s and early 2000s, many times you're going to find homes that need updating in Timron. However, if you do invest the money to update it, you can multiply your profits later down the road whenever it's time to sell. So I do love that there's opportunity in Timron if you buy a home and then you want to renovate it. But just know that not as many homes are updated in Timron. The next neighborhood that I want to talk about is one of my favorite, and it's Estes Park. Now, what I love about this neighborhood is the feel as you drive through. It's just, the trees and the homes, it just makes you feel like you're at home. It's beautiful, picturesque neighborhood with fountains, and just the homes are just beautiful. Here in Estes Park, named after a Colorado town. I don't know why, there are no mountains here, but this is one of my favorite communities in Southlake because it just feels so cozy as you're driving through. It's a beautiful, beautiful community. This neighborhood, this one as well, you may have to update it if you move into it. Just think Southlake. Southlake was mainly developed in the 90s and early 2000s, and so many of the homes fall in this category. But this neighborhood is just gorgeous. The prices here range from $1.4 million to $2 million right now for an updated home. And the lots are very, very good size, like a half an acre. The next community is Kirkwood Hollow. Guys, I love Kirkwood Hollow. It's a small community. We are at Kirkwood Hollow, and the reason this neighborhood made the top list in Southlake is because of these gorgeous trees. As you drive through the neighborhood, it just has this warm feeling, and the beauty of the trees and the hills just make it stand out. Now, much of Southlake does have patches of beautiful tall trees. That's one thing I love about Southlake. In this area in particular, this North Southlake area it's just gorgeous. Prices for homes in this neighborhood range from about $1 million to $1.8 right now on the market. The next neighborhood that I want to mention is called Cross Timber Hills. Now listen, I wouldn't say this is one of my favorite neighborhoods in Southlake, but it's definitely worth mentioning for those who want a home on, say, like an acre. So the lots here go from a half an acre to an acre. And what's really good, what some of our clients really love about this neighborhood is there's no HOA, and you can put your RV on the property. You don't have any issues when it comes to HOA guidelines. And so many people love this neighborhood for that reason. Homes range from $750,000 on up to $1.5 million in this neighborhood. The next neighborhood is Monticello. Monticello again is beautiful for the trees. The homes again were built in between 92 and the year 2000, and so they're a little older. You may need to renovate it, but again, anytime you invest money in a Southlake home, it's good. And so this is just a beautiful neighborhood you have to check out when you're in town. Now let's talk about the newer homes in Southlake, because we've mentioned several neighborhoods built in the 90s and early 2000s, which is actually the majority of Southlake. But there are some neighborhoods that are newer than that, as well as some new construction. So we'll talk about the new construction at the end, okay? But let's start with Caroline, okay? And even the locals here go, is it Caroline? You know, whatever. I call it Caroline. But this is a large master planned community, and it's beautiful. It has newer homes, and you can get anywhere from a large villa on up to a 6,000, 7,000 square foot home in Caroline. You can get a villa home starting at about $850,000 on up to a beautiful estate for about 4.2. I love the fishing ponds. I love the walking trails, the architecture. The design of the neighborhood is just beautiful. Again, this is going to be a community-friendly neighborhood, so if you're looking to make friends, this is a great neighborhood. Oh my goodness, look at this Mediterranean style home. There's so many different architecture styles here. French country and good old Texas traditional. Well, I guess that could be another architecture style that I don't know about. And because this is a newer neighborhood, most of the homes here you don't have to update, which is beautiful. Many homes were built, 2015 to 2000, I'd say 2020 even. And they're just beautifully designed without the need to update. Next on the list is a small, quaint neighborhood of 45 homes, and it's called Winding Creek. In fact, as you drive through the neighborhood, you'll see the little Winding Creek. It's like not that big a deal, but it's just such a small community. I really love the feel driving through, seeing the trees, and the homes are beautiful. But what I love about it is it's super convenient to the town square, as well as other shopping and dining areas, just walking distance. These are on the newer end because the homes started being built about 2013, and so again, you may be able to find a home that does not need updating in this neighborhood. Take a look at some of the houses in this neighborhood. It's beautiful. Prices for Winding Creek are anywhere from 1.2 million on up to 2.1 million. The next community is Shady Oaks in Southlake. I love this neighborhood, guys. This again is a new community. You can find resale there, but you can also, it's getting close to being finished out, but they're beautiful updated homes, and they go anywhere from 1.1 to 2.1 million dollars. So there are two more neighborhood types that I want to talk about in Southlake. The first one being, there are some areas of Southlake that are considered ultra luxury. So these homes range anywhere from 4 million to 10 million plus. And so they're really estates on large acreage, or I say large acreage, but we're talking like 5 acres of land, which, you know, if you're in Dallas-Fort Worth, that's a lot of land. So if you are looking for a private home where you have your own private gate, you're looking for privacy, then Southlake has many homes to offer in that regard. Usually they go, again, anywhere from 6 to 10 million on average. But there are two sections in particular in Southlake that are known to have beautiful estates like this. So one of these areas, it's not necessarily a neighborhood, but it's as you drive down Whitechapel Road. Whitechapel is known to have many estates. It also has the Whitechapel Church, and it's just a beautiful drive. If you come to Southlake, you have to drive down that street. It's beautiful. And the other one is along Dove Road. And so Dove Road goes from Westlake into Southlake, and that's where the famous Castle home is. I believe it's on the market right now. But as you drive through there, you're going to see large estates that are private, have private gates. They're beautiful. Many times you're going to see like sports celebrities living in a home. I know one has a home on the market right now for about 10 million. But anyway, those are the two roads that you want to drive down if visiting Southlake, and that appeals to you. The last type of housing are new homes in Southlake. And so there are a few neighborhoods that are building new homes. And yes, they have your modern contemporary or your Mediterranean style, California style homes in these neighborhoods. There's 3 that I want to mention real quick. The first one I want to mention is the Crescent Heights. This is a beautiful neighborhood. And there are pros and cons to this neighborhood though. But the first pro is you get a new custom built home, and they are available right now starting at about 3.3 million. We're here in Crescent Heights where there are 53 new home lots. The con for this neighborhood is it does back up right to Southlake Boulevard, which is a busy street. Now, it doesn't seem to, hinder other buyers because many people are building a home right there. I want to point that out. But as you drive through, you're going to see some beautiful modern contemporary style homes. The next new home neighborhood I want to point out, and it may not last long because there's only a couple of lots left. It's called Oxford Place. And homes here are going to be about 3.2 on upwards of $5 million. But it's such a great location. It's just one street, but it's gorgeous. And it's in a great section of Southlake. The third new home neighborhood I want to point out, again, it's one street. It's called the Oaks of Lonesome Dove. And there's just a couple of homes that are available now. Again, the modern contemporary style. But my point in saying these 3 neighborhoods is not, okay, there's only 2 homes left, get your home. The point in mentioning these is there are places to build a new custom home, and they're not always on the market. So reach out, fill out my luxury dream home questionnaire, and we can get you information on those off-market listings. And so many times they're gonna go, homes will sell off-market, especially in the luxury division, as well as the lots that are available. Not all the builders put them out there on the MLS. So definitely let me know if that's what you're interested in building a custom home, or if you're looking at buying a luxury home in Texas. We help with luxury, but we also help you find a home and narrow down to where to live in all of DFW. So fill out our dream home questionnaire below and we would be so happy to help. So what's your favorite neighborhood? Put it in the comments below and we'll see you next time. Oh, and don't forget about our Moving to Texas tours. Click the link below and it'll give you some more information.